Hello, Dale from Growing Grounds. Today we're going to talk about wind damage, diseases on plants, and show you how to prune a rhododendron. Okay, this is a red oak tree. And you can see there's lots of holes in the leaves, the edges are torn. People are coming in and saying, what's wrong with my tree? What insect's on it? This is just wind. When the wind blows to the young tender leaves, it bruises them and the pieces just fall out. In a week or two or three, you'll see the new growth come out, and the new growth should be normal. If your new growth is still damaged, well, was it windy? But if the new growth is curled or damaged in some way, then we'd have to talk. But right now, there's nothing wrong with this tree. It's as healthy as it can be. Just had a little wind damage. Now our Japanese maple here standing here. This is a pretty classic case again. The top of the tree is wind damaged because that's the part that's up there where the wind blows more. And this tree will be just fine. On a small valuable tree, you might take and spray some Miracle-Gro right on the foliage. If you read the package, it has a foliar rate. Just spray it, not on a hot sunny day like today. Spray it in the morning or the evening. But this is just some wind, and this tree will be just fine. It just needs a little care. But this isn't really important. It doesn't hurt the tree that much, and you're just looking too close. So just ignore this and move on. Okay, this is a branch off of a crabapple tree. I always talk about leaf spot on crabapple. See, this looks like black spot on a rosebush, because it is. Roses and apples are in the same classification of plants. It needs a fungicide. This is a classic black spot or cedar apple rust. I don't know the difference right now. You see the same thing on a rosebush here. Same thing. Very similar. Same product. You need to use a good fungicide that's listing for black spot or leaf spot on roses. Spray the underside of the leaf because the fungus is actually on the bottom and shows through to the top. So you spray the undersides of the leaves, and if you want to pick off the worst ones, you can. Obviously, you can't pick off the bad leaves on a crabapple. If they fall on the ground, it's a good idea to rake them up and get rid of them, because then they're gone. Don't spray when the bees are present, and don't spray in the heat of the day. People are always asking me how to prune plants, and the reality is there's a few basic rules, but a lot of things are different. You need to know about each specific plant. This is a PJM rhododendron. It's already finished blooming. Here's one of the old blooms here. They're pretty much self-cleaning. They fall off on their own. You don't need to do anything with the PJM. It's fine. Here is another type of rhododendron called a Catawbians rhododendron. And when they finish blooming, you don't have to prune them, but if you prune them, they get better looking quicker, faster. It's important you cut it properly. You come in closer, here's the bloom, and there's the new growth right there. So you have to cut it at the exact right spot. If you cut it too low, you cut off the new growth. And rhododendrons only grow once a year. So it's really important to cut it at the right spot. It only takes a moment, but you cut it right below the flower. You zip around the plant, you cut off the flower parts, and you don't cut the new growth. It's easy. Here's another variety of rhododendron. It's still a Catawbians. Same exact thing. There's the new growth, and we don't want to cut the new growth off. We want to go right above it. Didn't get the bloom. Like that. Leave the new growth. That's how you prune Catawbians rhododendrons, and you leave PJM rhododendrons alone. That's the pruning lesson for today. People are always asking about something new and cool. I want to show you a new peony. They're yellow. It's a very special plant. It's a new type of peony. They're from one of our shrub growers, but they're just spectacular. You don't see too many yellow peonies. They're pricey, I'll warn you now. We also have a really, really red peony. Most red peonies are kind of pink. This is a, forgotten the name already, Buckeye Bell, but it is red, red, red. So if you want something different in a peony, you know, people think of peonies as just a plain Jane thing. We got some pretty special peonies even. Something different.